Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, we're literally almost to 900 subscribers. And yeah, I want to thank all of y'all for getting me up to this point already. Feels like I just barely started YouTube. And yeah. And no, I'm not canceling the What If Naruto Was in Konosuba series. I just, you know what, just to show you that I'm not going to cancel it, I'm going to post another episode to it today. And so, yeah, stay in tune for that. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
You know what to do, Naruto. Actually, you really don't know what to do. You skipped training, remember? The earpiece said with Kotori's voice. I know, get in, take her out for lunch, no more space quake. Happy ever after, got it. Naruto answered. And he started running towards, hey, where was she again? And Naruto asked. And he can hear Kotori face palming. And after a few seconds of having the information laid back to him, you're lucky that you're in school. Better yet, indoors so the AST won't interfere. Since their weaponry is meant for outdoor use, you have her all to yourself. Got it, Naruto said. It felt like he was on some sort of mission, and that brought a more professional side to him. And the day in advance, when he was practicing with the shadow clones, he had discovered a couple of techniques called the multi-shadow clone jutsu, and I'm just going to say the transformation jutsu, and put the shadow clones to it. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. And so, Naruto, he ran into the room where the spirit was, and she was looking at the floor. The destruction was small, so he probably would have guessed that the quake was a small one. And she looked kind of like she just lost the will to live a bit. And outside the AST patiently waited for her. She looked like she was about to lash at them, but hey. And Naruto, he's like, don't. And she turned around faster than he ever thought someone could turn around. And she says, what? As she pressed her sword to his neck again. Here we go again. The weapons only work outdoors. If you stay in here, you'll be safe. Safe? Nowhere is safe with them. And you're one of them. You must be trying to keep me in place so that they can lock me up. I will not stay here. Wait, Naruto said he was screwing up. He needed to say something. Somewhat, a giant screen flashed with 3 options. And 3 options for Naruto to say. And Kotori analyzed them carefully. There had to be a right answer. And the options were stay with me, and fine, go outside and get 1,000 holes in you. It's not like I care. And the other one was, you're so beautiful, I'll devote my whole life to you. And the first seemed correct, but it was a bit insincere. And the third one was the right meaning, but the wrong way of saying it. And Kotori's like, Alright, Naruto, say this. Fine, go. No, he said. He couldn't say something mean to this person. Fortunately, the time it took Kotori to find the answer was the exact amount of time that took Naruto to find a better one. What if I can prove to you if you go out there you will die, he said. And how would you do that, she asked. Like this. Naruto made a shadow clone and put the transformation onto it. For some reason, this technique was a lot better for him to remember because it was on instinct. Must have been good to have some of his memories. And the clone disappeared in a puff of smoke, and in its place was an exact replica of the girl. This is what happened if you try to exit. And the transformed clone said. Then, the clone jumped out of the hole that had been opened by the small space quake. Instantly, a barrage of missiles and bullets made it disappear in a white cloud. You see? That would have happened. That's what would have happened. Now, come with me. We're going to get you out of here. And he signaled her to follow him to start to leave, but she didn't budge. Of course, he realized he was an idiot. He literally showed her her own death, even if it wasn't really the case. I died. That was me. I'm dead. She stuttered in shock. No, you're not. But if you don't come with me, and he tried to grab her hand, and he could felt the repulsive feel forming. Not nearly as strong as it was before. Maybe she was starting to trust him a bit. He dragged her until they were in the next room, which had no connection to the outside, not even the window. Once there, he tried to calm her down. You're safe now. Those people won't hurt you here. And he can see the uneasiness in her eyes. You aren't dead. How do you know that? She asked, sobbing. Because, well, I'm sorry, but I'm the one who showed you that so that you would come with me. And, her eyes turned to daggers. So you're just trying to kill me. Lure me to your secret weapon. I knew I shouldn't have trusted humans. And, before she could leave, he grabbed her arm. Don't you see? I just saved your life. If you were in danger, you were already in danger. So why would I take you away from there if I wanted to kill you? And he saw the look in her eyes, the look of someone who had been, treated like a monster, never really knowing why. Somebody who has never really had a hug here and there. And a person who people tried to kill on a regular basis just because they couldn't stand the thought of being in the same space as them. She was that kind of a person. Why? She asked. Why are you betraying your own kind to help me? And Naruto held up 2 fingers. 2 reasons. First, I'm not betraying my kind. Not every human is out to get you. Second, and he paused for the second. And searching through his memory to confirm the thought that he had in his head. Yeah? She asked, curious. She was no longer looking at me like she was about to run off, which was a huge victory on his hand. He thinks because you're the same as me. Wait, what? Are you a spirit? No, that's not what I meant. I understand your pain. And they was both looking at each other for a quick second, and it turned awkward. So I didn't catch your name before. What was it? And she's like, huh? How do you catch a name? Maybe that's the reason why I don't have one. I never caught one. No, that's not how you get your name. It's given to you. Oh, then will you give me one? What? She was asking me to give her a name? Yeah, ask the guy who forgets things very often. People often, though, thought he was brain dead, so, he heard the commotion going through in his earpiece and overheard several name options, but none of them seemed good to him. And then time stopped. I mean, it literally stopped, and everything stopped moving from the clock on the wall, to the girl herself. Then, he saw a man in a black cloak. He was wearing a mask, which looked like it was made out of metallic silver, and it had no design, save for the symbol on his forehead. And it seemed familiar and resembled a leaf. There was 2 clusters of extremely small holes where the eye should be, so it was impossible to see what color the man's eyes were from here. Toka, I think that's her name in canon. The man said, "Toka," he repeated, only to find out that time wasn't frozen anymore. She had heard the word that he said. He didn't know what it meant, and the guy who said it had disappeared. "Toka, thanks. That's a good name," she said. "Yeah, isn't it? So, what is your name?" "Oh, I'm Naruto." "Oh, Naruto, that's a pretty nice name, too." And he could see her smiling more and more, so he decided to make his move. "Hey, listen, do you want to go on a date sometime?" And she's like, "A date? What's a date?" And he was about to explain to her, but suddenly he was flooded with memories. Apparently the clone that he sent with Toichi had dispelled. As it turned out, she's a pretty nice person once you get to know her, and got past the whole bed surprise thing. It was actually fun to hang around her, but she had to leave the instant the spacequake alarm sounded. Thinking of his own, the clone just decided to follow her. And when she met up with her team, he used the transformation jutsu to transform into one of them. Of course, when they took flight, he wasn't able to follow, so he was eventually discovered and shot, but not before learning that they were planning to flatten half of the building in order to get Toka. But they didn't care that they were spilling the beans next to their my soon-to-be dispelled clone. Dead men don't tell tales after all. Well, at least most don't. And Toka, there will be danger here soon. We have to go. But you said we were safe here. Did you lie to me? No, I didn't lie to you, but people with those robot armor are trying to make it unsafe. We have to go now. And, she didn't look like she wanted to go. Look, do you trust me? If only for a little bit. Then leave. I can deal with them easily. Just go. And, she looked uneasy for a second, and a bright purple light enveloped her, and when it was gone, she was gone. And, and then he felt a sharp pain in his back, like someone just knocked him out. He couldn't see who, but he had only one final thought before hitting the ground. At least Toka's safe. And the spirit energy is gone. Oh, we lost her. And Toichi wasn't surprised with the report. Spirits were pretty hard to kill, but she had a hunch. She walked past the now disarmed cannon and walked into the school. She was sure that she would see someone in the building, even when the alarm was in full effect. As she walked room to room, and she found something in it. Naruto, faint but still breathing. And, without much of a word, she carried him over her shoulders and headed to her own home with him. And so, yeah, I'm going to end it right there. Tell me what you think. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. I'm on my road to 1K. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I keep it tall on me if they got a screw loose. They messing with my big homie, they must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry, under pressure I stay round the clock, tone forward. Class clown back in high school. I'm in love with designers, Spencer taste. Laying down the recliner, stay in place. And I keep it rockin', got a 40 in my pocket. Niggas say that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race, cockpit I drive, detour out of space. Never been so high, used to feel in last place, but now I fly by. Dior on my way, told the trigger, he's fried.